House Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 7:07.
This is the Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC. When it comes to home repairs, we could all use a guy. Well, we've got the guy. And we've got the show. For all your home improvement questions, we've got answers. This is the Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Now, here's your host, Dayton Kane and David Nason.
Good morning, David, how are you?
I am doing well. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dayton.
Got to drive in. The sun was shining. We get to enjoy that this week because next week we spring forward. It'll be dark again.
Dark again for a little bit.
Yeah. But beautiful day it looks like it's going to be.
Gorgeous. Great day to do 60. Some painting, maybe.
Ooh, that's a good idea. In fact, let's bring him on board. Matt Hefter, CertaPro Painters. How are you, sir?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good.
Doing well.
Good. So this time of year, you guys probably start amping up, but did you ever slow down? This winter's been different.
It's definitely been a much warmer season than normal. Typically, we don't get started until sometime in April, but we snuck in a couple of one-day jobs for some customers that really had some high urgency to get their projects done.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's been
That's
nice.
great.
Been nice out there. So before we get into everything, remind everybody what you guys all do.
We do everything painting, interior painting, exterior painting, residential painting, commercial, industrial painting. If it has anything to do with painting, we do it. We also do drywall repairs, carpentry work, all the things that come along with painting homes and maintaining your properties.
I think you have a tagline. What do you paint?
Everything but toenails.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So normally this time of year, you guys are indoors.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That's where most of the work's getting
Right.
done.
Yeah, and we still are indoors and painting. It's been a very busy winter. I think we had a little bit of a slowdown after what I call this time period during COVID when everyone painted everything. When people were trapped in their homes, they wanted to fix up their houses. There was a little slowdown after that, but things have seemed to be picking up quite quickly after that.
So the data out there shows that there's not enough housing out there for sale, so people are staying with the higher interest rates, they're fixing up their home. I'm assuming you guys are seeing the benefit of that. People just saying, like, we're not going to move now, we're just going to fix this place.
Yeah, and there's both. I mean, there's still some activity happening. Even with new construction homes, some of the bigger builders, they're buying down rates, so people are still able to move into new homes. But we're seeing an uptick in people that are just saying, hey, we're going to stay put. We're just going to make our house look the way we want it to look, so we're happy.
Yeah, and definitely home sales have been climbing in the Milwaukee area. So I'm seeing an increase in home inspections. So we should be seeing people, buying that quote unquote new home and needing to update the interior, whether it be painting only or painting and some little bit of and sometimes drywall repairs. And sometimes some people a little harder on a house than others. So it sounds like you do all that type of work.
Yeah, and ultimately, people don't always understand all the things that we do. I mean, there's still a lot of homes that have wallpaper and painting, and fixing your drywall and doing painting and removing wallpaper. Just it's one of the lowest cost ways to update your house, and really change the face of your house, including exteriors. We've had a lot of these older homes that were built in the 60s and the 70s that the brick homes, and some people just never want to paint brick, but some of the brick is just really outdated color-wise, and you can really modernize a home and refresh it, make it look very contemporary very quickly with a couple coats of paint.
Yeah, and you can paint just about anything on the outside of your house. I know you can paint vinyl. Probably not as common, but all the aluminum siding, steel siding, wood, LP, hardy plank, all that stuff can be painted if you buy the house but really don't like the color.
Yep. You can change the color, and a lot of the older homes that are steel siding or aluminum siding, they're very chalky, so you have to wash them by hand and clean them very well to make sure you get a good prime coat and paint on those systems. But if your house is looking faded or outdated, or you just don't like the color, we can paint it. There's always tricks to that. Like with the vinyl siding, we want to use vinyl safe colors because if you had a white vinyl house, you wouldn't want to paint it dark blue or something like that because it would take on too much heat from the sun and change the memory of it. So we're experts in painting all those surfaces. And, it's all about the timing of the year when you paint it with aluminum. And, if you have not seamless siding where you have the sidings have overlap with each other, you want to make sure that you paint it when it's a little cooler but not too cold, where the steel or the aluminum is below. You really just don't want it to get it below 35, 40 degrees at nighttime temperature. So we are experts in painting all those surfaces, and our estimate activity has picked up tremendously. January was very snow, as you remember, we had so much snow on us, everyone just kind of stays put, but February has been incredible.
Matt's with us all hour. You can check them out at CertaPro.com. That's CERTA Pro.com, and call us, ask questions. When it comes to painting, there's often a lot of questions, actually. So it's one thing that people think they can tackle, which you can if you know what you're doing. So let's answer those questions. 855-616-1620, the WTMJ Talk and Text line. It is the Fix-It Show.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me as we count down to the RNC in Milwaukee. We'll talk to the biggest names across the political landscape.
James Wigderson, a strong political writer, one of the best I've ever seen.
I think the election will look a lot more like 2020 than it did in 2016.
Full podcast available on WTMJ.com or text RNC to the Old National Bank Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620, and get a link sent directly to you. It's the countdown to the RNC podcast, only here on WTMJ.
I'm Zach Emmons with Creative Construction of Wisconsin. Are you seeking an experienced, award-winning contractor who provides unmatched plaster and stucco services? As part of the 6th generation of our family-owned company, we have served the area for over 90 years, handling all types of stucco, interior, and ornamental plaster work, from small repairs and remodels to large residential projects. Creative Construction staff have the skills to deliver quality results. Featuring NARI certified professionals, our craftsmen match all plaster and stucco textures, adding custom touches as needed. Call 414-397-4072 or visit callcreativeconstruction.com for competitive pricing and a personalized approach. Creative Construction of Wisconsin. Cutting-edge stucco and plaster techniques with homegrown family values. Call 397-4072 or visit callcreativeconstruction.com.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about AccuNet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money, too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik here to tell you about my friends over at the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls. It's a state-of-the-art facility and the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. Grab a drink at the tavern, meet others while your pup enjoys the dog park. That's a mud-free dog park, by the way. Fun, happy, clean, and a great environment for everyone. The Hounds and Tap also provides doggy daycare, boarding, and professional grooming services. We take our greyhound there regularly. Learn more about their services. Check out thehoundsandtap.com. That's thehoundsandtap.com.
St. Vincent de Paul, Milwaukee has expanded into our new 76th and Bradley Road location, where thrifters will find hundreds of bargains on everything, from clothing to furniture, electronics, home goods, and more. Our inventory is always changing, and new deals pop up every day. We are accepting donations too at our convenient drive-through donation area. Help us help others. St. Vincent de Paul at 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee is now open.
Ooh, you're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
The Fix-It Show with Dayton Kane and David Nason on WTMJ.
Indeed it is. Thank you for joining us. 7:17 on the first Saturday of March. WTMJ talking text line is 855-616-1620. We have Matt Hefter from CertaPro Painters on with us this hour, answering any questions you have. Matt, I'm going to start with one about my ceiling in my bathroom. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Here we go. So I have a chimney in my house. It was leaking at one point. I got the roof fixed. I think the chimney's not leaking anymore, but there's a stain on my ceiling in my bathroom. It appears to me that a little bit of the drywall is kind of cracked and flaking off. Is there a way to fix that without having to cut out that drywall and repair it with a patch?
Well, it depends on how much water was there and how long it was there. So if the surface is dry and it dried fairly quickly and you don't have any issues with mold or anything like that, absolutely, you don't necessarily have to cut it out.
Okay.
With that, it depends on how damaged it is. It would be something that would be nice to see, but you can, a lot of times, if the integrity of it, you poke it and it's in good shape, then you can just kind of skim over that area, sand it nice and smooth. If you have sand texture on your ceiling, you'd want to apply on a sand texture that's rollable, not necessarily sprayable. They have a lot of high build sand textures at your local Hallman Lindsay stores and Sherwin-Williams stores that work out just great. And then what's really important is that water stain will likely bleed through unless you oil prime the area. So if you're really good, you can use an aerosol oil primer and just fade it away, and it won't necessarily, because wherever you oil prime, it's going to be very bright white, bright whatever color you have on your ceiling. Otherwise, you just put one coat on the ceiling of oil-based primer. That'll seal in the water stain so it doesn't bleed through when you paint it.
Yeah. And you do that on the whole ceiling then?
Right.
Yeah, usually, for experienced painters, they can oil prime the area and fade it away to where you don't notice it if it's a very large ceiling and you don't want to prime the entire ceiling. But for a novice painter, you might be better off just oil priming the whole ceiling.
Yeah, when I worked in the water and restoration industry, we called that a flash, where it would flash through the paint. And so when somebody would have a water stain or something on their ceiling, it was our policy that we were going to prime, using a stain blocking primer. We would prime the entire ceiling, because the reality is you're probably going to see it different daylighting conditions or something, and we didn't want the call back. Whether the insurance company was paying for priming the entire ceiling or not, we just primed corner to corner so you didn't see it, and then you painted the ceiling. So,
and the other part of this is, so whoever redid our bathroom when they did it was a very bad drywaller. So we have seams and nail holes and things all over the place.
So you need a lot of texture.
Well, that's what I'm asking. So you guys do like knockdown if I wanted to add that to my wall, or how do you do that?
It needs to be sanded and skimmed and sanded, not just texture, right, Matt?
Yeah, you got to start with a flat surface, but
okay.
You can certainly do. We apply textures, so if somebody wants that done, we can certainly apply knockdown, orange peel, sand textures, smooth texture, any of the drywall textures that are popular in Wisconsin. We can also do those for customers. But
that's always kind of not necessarily a red flag, but that's just like when I see that in a house, I'm doing an inspection. Heavy texture on the ceiling or a wall or a room or something, like, okay, somebody who's not a very good drywaller was in here and doing the drywall, and they're covering up their mistakes.
Somebody does have a question here on the text line at 855-616-1620. What is your opinion of paint and primer as one for exterior fascia?
Well, for exterior, I mean, if you're a homeowner and you're going to do a small little touch-up or something like that, it's probably fine. We're a little bit more old school on that. We're typically going to want to, oil prime all your bare wood and then 2 coats of paint over the top of like fascia boards or trim board. But if you're a homeowner and you're just looking for a touch-up, it's a small area. I still like primers and paint, but I've seen customers that have done that, and it works out just fine. But I'm more of a primers are designed to do what they're supposed to do for priming, which is sealing and bonding the surface. and then painting is for paint.
Right.
So I don't tend to go primer and paint all in one.
And what's almost as important, or maybe more important, is the preparation. You know, if they're doing a little area or something, you got to make sure it's clean and ready to take paint. You can't just paint over a dirty surface or wet or greasy surface.
Yep, clean, dry, and dull, right? So you want to make sure the surface isn't shiny. You want to make sure that that surface is clean, and you got to make sure there's no moisture and it's not wet. Because let's say you're painting on the south side of your home or the west side of your home, well, that surface gets pretty warm come summertime, and if there's any moisture trapped in there, it'll start to bubble up the paint. We call them blisters, and that's very important that you have a nice dry surface.
Matt Hefter from CertaPro on with us. Give us a call, 855-616-1620. We're going to take a break. While we do that, you can look them up, CERT Pro or apro.com, CERTApro.com. It is a Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Merle, what are you doing up here?
Shouting good news from the rooftops, okay.
What do you mean you became an electrician?
We know Capital's been doing electrical for a while now.
But it's been kind of a secret exclusive thing, Merle.
Might not be time to announce Capital does electrical, bud.
Wow.
He's super passionate about this.
You're right, Merle.
All of Milwaukee and beyond deserves to hear it.
If you have an electrical issue,
there's only one place with highly trained electricians
who never cut corners
and take the time to get the job done right.
We'll join you, Merle.
Let's shout it from the rooftops, buddy. Capital does electrical!
If you've got an electrical issue, call Capital today or schedule online at callcapitalcares.com.
Right now, the prices of diamonds are probably the lowest we'll see in our lifetime.
Diamond prices are low, low, low. Here's why.
It was hard to meet new people during COVID.
When a person meets their soulmate, they usually get engaged about 39 months later.
People started dating again only about 36 months ago.
Most of the people who got engaged during COVID
or immediately after COVID
were already in a relationship before the COVID lockdown began.
The Wall Street Journal even published a story about all of this.
Low sales of engagement rings created a worldwide oversupply of diamonds.
But now, engagement ring sales are beginning to pick up again.
By the end of next spring, this temporary oversupply will be gone.
And diamond prices will start climbing like crazy.
If you ever wanted to own a big diamond, this is the year to do it.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
If you want to own a big diamond, the time is now.
Market volatility, global issues. We hear about inflation easing, but it's still a real issue. More than a few headwinds this year. That's probably why Americans like you feel uncertain about their financial future. Just 59% of affluent Americans felt secure last year, and that's down from the year before. Boomers, not much room for error. Gen X might need more than a 401k. And for millennial families with big dreams, it's time to get real about saving and investing. Talk to Annex Wealth Management. Build security with a partner on your side for unbiased advice. Our goal is a plan that prepares you to maintain your desired lifestyle throughout retirement. Investments are a start, but you may need more. That's why Annex delivers tax and estate planning. There's an Annex plan personalized for you. Annex Comprehensive Wealth fits most individuals and families, but if you've got high net worth with complex needs, Annex Private Client is your solution. Just starting out? Annex Ignite is a great choice. Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Click the Get Started button at AnnexWealth.com. Doing your home project but stuck on what to do next? We're here for you. This is the Fix-It Show with David Nason on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane here with David. Mostly sunny, a high of 58 today. Currently, we are sitting at 34 in Milwaukee. Matt Hefter from CertaPro Painters on with us this hour, 855-616-1620. Before we went into the break, Matt, we were talking about painting wood fascia. Somebody texted in, is it the same for aluminum fascia?
Well, for aluminum fascia, you're going to want to make sure that if the surface is chalky, you're going to want to make sure that you use a good primer. Maybe even a bonding primer would be nice for that. But then if it's not chalky and it's previously painted from the factory, there are a lot of paint systems where you can actually apply the paint right directly to the surface. It's not necessarily a paint and primer in one, but you can also do a paint and primer in one for exterior where it has more bonding agents that is basically going to allow it to grab onto that aluminum siding. The key is the surface chalky? So if you rub your hand on it and it's very, very chalky, you have to hand wash and clean that surface really, really well. You can use a bonding primer if you want to be safe. Otherwise, if you clean the surface really well, you're not down to the bare aluminum. You can apply 2 coats of a good quality paint that is made to go on aluminum siding, and you'll be fine.
I would assume you're going to want to do like the whole run of fascia, not just a spot, because then you'll have different shininess and color.
That's that flashing thing again. Yeah, you definitely want to go corner to corner, or as we would typically recommend, you just paint the house, right? Paint all the fascia. Right. But yes, if you're going to paint just the front fascia, you want to make sure you paint the entire front fascia. Otherwise, it is going to stick out like a sore thumb.
Right, and decide what you're going to use to paint with. If you're using a brush, you're going to see brush strokes. So
if you're up close, I mean, you'd have to be
even
pretty
from
close,
the ground,
right?
probably.
Yeah,
a lot of aluminum homes, as long as they're able to be sprayed, where you're not 3 stories downtown on the east side of Milwaukee, and there's a house 4 to 5 feet away from it. We prefer a lot of times to spray those homes.
Sure.
It gives it a nicer finish.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more consistent too, and you don't have any roller or brush marks. But most of the exterior paints, unless you're painting a real dark color, if you're painting a lighter color, they level off pretty good on those exteriors nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a surface, like you mentioned that 3-story in Milwaukee, is there a place where you won't paint?
No, I mean, area-wise, we cover pretty much most of the state of Wisconsin. I would just say anywhere where TMJ's 50,000 watt tower can go, we're painting. So down in Illinois, there's CertaPros, all over Wisconsin, and really there isn't. It's pretty rare that we run into a project where somebody shows us something and we just can't paint it. I mean, we paint thousands of homes every year, and I would say that that might happen once.
Okay. Certa is with a C. You can find them at CertaPro.com. Matt Hefter on with us all hours, so get your calls and texts in at 855-616-1620. Now we take a break, go over to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Jack Grau. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, Dayton. Governor Tony Evers on Friday vetoed a nearly $800 million income tax cut passed by Republicans, along with bills that would have increased the income tax credit for married couples. Republicans who voted to pass the bills in February said they were designed to make Wisconsin more attractive for families, middle-income earners, and retirees. But Democrats said there were better ways to do that. Republican Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu called it unconscionable to not enact the tax cuts given the state's $3 billion budget surplus. Evers has yet to take action on a 4th bill expanding a child care tax credit that had bipartisan support. He has until Tuesday to sign or veto it. According to the NFL Players Association report card, the Green Bay Packers are ranked the 3rd best organization for athletes to play for, behind the Miami Dolphins and Minnesota Vikings. It's the 2nd year the survey has been taken. Criteria included treatment of families, food and cafeteria, nutritionist and dietitian, and locker room. Green Bay averaged a B across all categories. Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. We're not seeing anything major across the Milwaukee traffic system right now. No major slowdowns or complications. Wherever you're driving to, it'll be a pretty smooth ride getting there. Your WTMJ 5-day forecast, a high of 45 today and clear conditions, getting down to a low of 40 this evening, and temperatures will stay in the 40s and 50s for the rest of the week. I'm Jack Grau, Siding Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:31.
This report is sponsored by Floor Coverings International. Visit floorcoveringsinternational.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Floor Coverings International. They just did the flooring in our house, and it is stunning. Carpet, luxury vinyl plank, in and out quickly. They rolled up with that mobile flooring showroom. Incredible. Came in, walked us through everything. The installation was quick and easy, and it is absolutely gorgeous. FCI, the stars of flooring. Each Floor Covering International business is independently owned and operated. They are the real deal. Go to FCIfloors.com for a free consultation. They'll transform your home. FCIfloors.com.
Looking for a great vacation without all the travel and lodging expenses? Find your answer at the original Milwaukee RV Show at State Fair Park's Expo Center. The show runs Thursday, February 29th through Sunday, March 3rd. You'll see the very latest in RV models and camping options. Adults are just $10. Kids 12 and under are free. And admission on Thursday is half price. Get tickets at the door or at MilwaukeeRVShow.com. Then start planning for many fun-filled vacations.
Hey, boss, what's got you so down today?
We just lost another customer to Diamonds Direct. Guy's been with us for years. Went over there and, well, now he's in love with those people. I don't know what they do.
Want me to go secret shop Diamonds Direct again, sir?
Remind me what we learned the last time you did that.
Well, you know, they're really good, sir. They got like 10 times the selection we have. They have those top designers that we're not allowed to carry. They're telling people the inside secrets on how to buy diamonds. They give free service on stuff like cleaning and sizing, the things you charge extra for. And they're nice people. Everybody's smiling over there.
Okay, stop. I know. It's impossible to compete with Diamonds Direct. I mean, even my accountant just upgraded his wife's engagement ring there and got her a 3-carat.
Wait a minute. I thought your brother was your accountant.
He is.
Are you getting all you deserve from your jeweler? You might be surprised. Maybe it's time to get the value, the selection, the quality, the education, and the service you deserve at Diamonds Direct. Get details, showroom hours, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
More of your questions next. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Indeed it is. We'd love to hear from you. 855-616-1620. I'm Dayton Kane, David Nason here, and Matt Hefter from CertaPro Painters on with us as well.
Hey, Matt, have I told you lately how beautiful my garage doors are? we get so many compliments on it. So just 2 years ago now, I think, we had CertaPro Painters paint our garage doors. They were white. And they are now kind of a wood tone color with a wood grain, and they are gorgeous. Been through 2 winters now. Well, this winter wasn't that great, but anyways, and they still look amazing. So thank you. Good.
You're welcome. Yeah, those turned out really nice. It's amazing what Mark can do as far as making those garage doors because they were just white.
Yeah.
Aluminum paneled garage doors, and he made them look like wood panels, like they were cedar wood panels, and they turned out really nice.
Yep. I have a wood door on the back of my house, and I said I want it to kind of match my wood door, and they match.
I was telling David last week I went by a house where obviously the person tried to do that themselves, and it did not look like a wood door. But yeah, David's doors look amazing. Yeah, you guys do a good work. So
that's another thing. And one of the things that people talk about, one of the best investments you can make in your house is replacing your garage door. But here's another option. Right. I looked into putting in wood grain looking doors. I have 2 doors, and it was pricey. And this was a better option. And like I said, it looks great.
Yeah. So if your doors are fine, you're just looking for a different look. It can be painted. There you go. 855-616-1620. Text here says, what type of paint would you recommend for kitchen cabinets? I would like to paint all of my cabinets white. Currently, they are oak stained. I bet you get this question a lot.
Yeah, we paint a lot of kitchen cabinets, and probably our favorite 2 paint systems are going to be depending on if we do an oil-based product or if we do a water-based product. But Sherwin-Williams Emerald trim paint. That paint is very easy to work with. We like to spray cabinet doors, minimally the cabinet doors, and also boxes, but the cabinet doors minimally, we like to spray those. You want to make sure that, again, they're very dull, that, you sand them down and break the sheen, and then we typically like to, do a little overkill and put a bonding primer on. If there's any grease or oil or anything like that, we want to use an oil-based or a shellac-based primer to really just seal anything in so you don't get any bleed-through. And then 2 coats of that emerald trim paint. If you use oil, we like Pro-Plastic. That's from Sherwin-Williams also. They've got a really good cabinet paint. And we do a lot of that. Kitchen cabinets, that is one way. I mean, wow, if you want to just update your kitchen and make everything look fresh and clean and bright white, the pattern we've seen is a lot of people are not painting white. They're painting their kitchen cabinets grays and blue tones and beige tones and things like that. A lot more than back in the old days. It was pretty much just white. And so it's a great way to update your kitchen without spending $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 to update your kitchen.
On that note, the oak is still like trending away, though, right? People are covering it up.
Yeah, oak right now. I love oak, but I'm a wood guy. I've got wood paneling in my office that I'm looking at right now. I love wood, but oak is definitely, a lot of people want to cover that up, and the new cabinets being installed, they're using maple or birch and different types of materials, but that heavy grain oak. People like to do that. Now, some people, when they hire us, customers will say, "Can you make that go away completely?" And in that case, we can grain fill. That's where we apply a product and we grain fill it so it makes the entire cabinet door look smooth and it doesn't have that graininess that comes through. But that's probably 1 out of 10. Most people are just prime it, paint it. I just want it to look bright white again.
All right. 855-616-1620. We do have a phone call. Let's go to Mike in Powers Lake. Good morning. What's your question, Mike?
Good morning. Newer to Wisconsin and from Illinois, I'm familiar with how drywall was finished, just basically mudding the seams. And it seems like in Wisconsin there's a skim coat over the entire drywall. Can you confirm that or explain that, please?
Are you there, Matt?
Yeah, can you repeat the question? Sorry.
He just went away.
Yeah. Basically, he wanted to know the drywall seams. Can you skim the whole surface, or can you verify how that was finished?
Yeah, well, drywall seams, you have to do a couple different things. If it was skimmed over, typically when people mud and tape drywall, they're going to take at least a 12 to 18 inch, and they're going to fan it out around that to kind of blend it in. Sometimes the drywallers aren't as good as others, and you can see that coming through. If you have a lot of light that's shining in, like the kitchen where you got patio doors or like the living room bay windows and stuff, sometimes you sit back in your chair, you look up, and you can see those areas that were fanned out. So a good drywaller can really make that stuff disappear. If the tape is bubbling or shifting or anything like that, we can pull that tape and retape it and skim coat over the top of it.
All right. 855-616-1620. Text here says, treated wood deck surface with a gray color stain. Peels about 1 to 2 years after I redo it. What are the correct steps to stain a deck? Do you guys do staining or just painting?
Seems like it's probably paint.
We stain mostly on decks. We're doing stains. What he's describing is a solid stain.
Yeah.
And in Wisconsin, we call the horizontal surfaces of decks, we just say these are maintainable surfaces. So in your home, you typically paint your exterior. Most of your exterior, you're good 7-10 years before you have to do any exterior painting. If it's aluminum siding and it's not wood, you're talking 15 years, right? With a deck gets walked on. There's snow sitting on it. There's moisture sitting on it. It takes too much abuse. So typically when you're looking at solid stains on decks, we're recommending for customers, you look at it every 2 years. That's typically, sometimes they last 3 years that you get out of the decks, and a lot of it'll depend on, how much sun exposure, how much snow is sitting on a deck in the wintertime and things like that. You want to sand it. You want to make sure that you get off any of the old stain system that's on there whatsoever. And, we usually will, spot prime with the stain, because the stain is a penetrating product into the wood. And assuming that your deck is cedar, something that's a porous wood that takes the absorption of the stain, you would want to spot prime the areas that are bare with the stain. That's a mistake that a lot of people make on cedar decks, is they oil prime the areas that are bare. You don't want to do that, because that seals the surface, and then the stain just sits on top of that primer coat. Whereas a penetrating stain is going to absorb into the wood, and it's going to get a stronger bond. So you spot prime those areas and give it a full coat. I like 2 coats personally. I think it looks better, it lasts longer, And but you just got to put on your calendar every 2 to 3 years. You're going to have to redo your deck.
Right.
Indeed. WTMJ talking text line 855-616-1620. Matt Hefter from CertaPro Painters on with us for another 20 minutes or so. We'll talk to Nancy in Milwaukee when we come back. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Don't you just love the WTMJ Fix It Show? Hi, this is Matt Elliott from Elliott's Ace Hardware. When you think Fix It, first you think about Saturday mornings on WTMJ. Then you got to be thinking Elliott's Ace Hardware. Where else can you find such great staff, big brands, and all the stuff, and I'm talking all the stuff, to get your Fix It done? So enjoy the WTMJ Fix It Show on Saturday morning, and then head to Elliott's Ace in Elm Grove, West Dallas, Pewaukee, and Muskego.
Only 11% of those trying to sell their own homes actually succeed. And of those that do sell their own home, they sell on average for 26% less than agented properties. This often negates the savings they were hoping to get by doing it on their own. So why do it on your own when you have an experienced realtor that will give you full service at only 3.5 to 3.9% commission? Don't let your home sit while others are selling faster and at potentially better than asking prices. Call Benefit Realty for a highly experienced agent, and you'll pay less for full service. In this seller's market, even homeowners are trying to sell their own home. But more times than not, it doesn't work out like they'd hoped. And while homes like theirs are selling, and selling fast for over asking prices, their homes aren't. So what's your next best strategy? Well, if you're looking to relieve yourself of the stress of selling your own home and still get top dollar while getting the full service benefits that an experienced realtor can give you, then look no further. I'm Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where 3.5 to 3.9% commission assures that you pay less for full service.
One of the most beloved novels of the 20th century comes to life at Milwaukee Rep. Chaim Potok's The Chosen, the captivating portrayal of faith, family, and friendship. In 1940s Brooklyn, two young Jewish boys share the love of baseball. As they reach adulthood, they must balance tradition and transformation, growing up and growing wise, and living out your truths, no matter the consequences. The Chosen is presented by the Milwaukee Jewish Federation, playing March 5th to March 31st. Get tickets at MilwaukeeRep.com.
When you breathe well, you live better. Find out more at AdventKnows.com.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at ACCUNET.com.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
This is Tom Feza. When I have window questions, I contact Scott Klein, owner of J&B Construction, provider of high-quality exterior home improvement products and services since 1958.
I'm Scott Klein. At J&B, we use our experience to educate homeowners about the value new windows, along with proper installation, can have on their home. With J&B, it's not one window fits all. We work with multiple window manufacturers to provide a product that will exceed your expectations and meet your budget. If you have windows that fail to operate properly, are drafty or foggy, or have window frames that show signs of deterioration or rot, you could use our help.
For a complimentary window evaluation, call Scott at 262-437-0537 or visit jandbconstruction.com.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
Need advice? Call 855-616-1620. Our expert home inspector is here to help. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
855-616-1620, the WTMJ talking text line. Matt Hefter from CertaPro Painters on with us. I hope you're ready. It's going to be a beautiful day, sunny and 58 for a high. They're saying close to or mid-60s inland. So
tomorrow really warm but windy.
Yeah.
That probably doesn't help painting too much.
All right, we're going to go over to Nancy in Milwaukee. Good morning, Nancy. What's your question for Matt?
Good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for taking my call. I love your show. It gives me little ideas. What can I do around here? What can I fix up?
Well, thank you for listening, Nancy.
Sure. My question is, how do I prepare my kitchen ceiling to be painted? Should I wash it first or just dust it? When I first moved in, I painted it a butter yellow. It's like, not a good choice. I want to go white because I need more light in here. So I just want to paint the ceiling white, leaving the walls the butter yellow rag painting that I did, which I still like. And also, I replaced the kitchen ceiling fixture, the light fixture, and there's a ring from the metal that was against the ceiling. Now I put a kind of a little drop light fixture in, and you can see that metal ring stain on the ceiling. How do I get that off?
Is it an impression because there was a paint where you painted up to the ring and it's like a different level surface, or is it just?
No, it's the same surface. It's just kind of a little stain.
Little stain. Okay. If you cook and if there's any oils or any residues on the ceiling because of not good enough ventilation or a good enough range hood, you're always best with that ceiling, and especially with that ring bleed through too. You might be best just putting on a coat of oil primer to seal everything in, and then painting it with 1 or 2 coats of. If you put a full coat of oil primer on there and you do a flat sheen on the ceiling, you could probably just get away with 1 coat of finish coat. But otherwise, if you do a satin finish or something like that, you're going to want to do a full coat of oil primer and then 2 coats of paint.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay, that's a little more work than I thought. Cut out for me.
Or call CertaPro Painters and we'll come out and we'll do it real quick for you.
I would, but I'm a renter, so I'm going to do it myself. I'm a do-it-yourself kind of person. But also, I bought the paint about a year ago. Is the paint still good? It's like Sherwin-Williams. Should I take it in to have it shaken? Or will they,
It certainly would not hurt. You want to either stir, like James Bond, stirred or shaken, but you want to make sure that you either shake it very good at the store, or if you can stir stick, the most important thing is you want to get any sediments that are at the bottom of the can. You want to make sure that all mixes so you get the proper color as well as consistency of the paint laying down on the surface.
Oh, okay. So prime the ceiling first and then paint it.
Oil prime it, just because if you have any grease or anything like that, that will bleed through the ceiling.
All right, Nancy, thank you for the phone call. Good luck with that project. We appreciate it. 855-616-1620. Always a lot of questions when Matt's on the show, and we're running out of time. We got 1 segment left when we come back.
And we got a few texts and
another call in here, too. It is the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Be our eyes on the road. See something out there that I should know about?
Hi there. I was calling to report a traffic accident for your traffic reporter, Debbie Lazaga.
Call me, Debbie Lazaga, at the hallmazda.com traffic tip line at 414-238-9329.
Hi, Debbie. It's Michael. Eastbound 894, and there's the fender bender, and these guys are blocking the right lane.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it? Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
Hey there, Eric Bilstad for Tri-County Contracting. Yes, I know it's the winter time, but the time is now to be thinking about next spring and your roof. Don't forget, Tri-County Contracting has the worry-free roof tune-up. You can schedule it now. Get it on the books. Make sure your roof is good to go next spring. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com is the website, or call 262-679-6100. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. That's Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
We've told you about Moses Hadara,
the diamond cutter who created the Kessler 81.
The magical diamond that vibrates with light.
Kessler's works with crazy diamond cutters.
Geniuses who create wonderful, spectacular,
crazy diamond shapes.
The one thing these crazy genius diamonds all have in common
is that they explode with light.
The Kessler Emerald Cut diamond sends out rippling waves of light, like water lapping onto a beach.
The Kessler Square Radiant Diamond glows like the sun on the horizon.
Sometimes sunrise.
Sometimes sunset.
Come to Kessler's.
Come to Kessler's.
Come to Kessler's.
Ask to see the rippling waves of light, like water on the beach.
Ask to see the glow that looks like sunrise and sunset.
Ask to see the Kessler Crazy Genius Diamonds.
See them for yourself.
See them for yourself.
See them for yourself.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
I'm attorney David Gruber. We've helped injured Wisconsinites for more than 30 years. Trust our hometown team to get you back in the game. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
You're going to get a free furnace from Quality Heating. This isn't a gimmick. You are going to get a free furnace. This is Anthony Zanevsky, and all you have to do is purchase a heat pump from Quality Heating, and you're going to get a free furnace. And this heat pump is not only going to give you 2 sources of heat and act as a backup, but also the heat pump will double as an AC system to cool your home as well. And it's extremely efficient. I have a heat pump in my own home, and I can promise you, this heat pump will cut your energy costs substantially. You'll be getting a top-of-the-line $14,000 to $15,000 system, but your bill is going to be less than half of that. So from February 1st through March 31st, you can get an insane deal from Quality Heating. This is the only time of the year we can do this. And it's really just in an effort to make one of the slowest times of the year for our technicians really busy. So see the man in the red van. Call Quality Heating. Get your free furnace and upgrade your home's HVAC system to absolute max efficiency. February 1st through March 31st.
Quality Heating, Quality Heating.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. David Nason and Dayton Kane. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
It is brought to you by Siding Unlimited and J&B Construction. Scott from J&B Construction and some others coming in next hour, so stick around for that. Right now, Matt Hefter, CertaPro Painters on with us. You can find them at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. We do have a few more questions to get to. Let's jump over to Clary in Milwaukee. Good morning. What's your question?
Good morning. Yeah, I have this 8-inch aluminum siding. It's in perfect shape except on the east side of the house where 5-6 panels got this green algae on it that are coming through. Can that be removed?
Yes, you can clean that with they've got house cleaner solutions that you can get in any paint stores. Just tell them what you got, mildew or mold on the side of the aluminum, and you can scrub that off. You want to make sure that you clean from corner to corner. Otherwise, it'll look different where you cleaned it. So you just want to make sure if you can clean a steel or aluminum panel, clean it from end to end.
Oh, from the end to end to the house.
Yeah, right. Otherwise you'll just have a clean spot in the middle, right? So you want to just make sure you clean the whole surface. There are also ones that you can spray on and add to your garden hose, and you spray that on and just wash that down 3-4 different times, and it'll start to eat that away too.
Can I get that at Sherwin-Williams or Home Depot or Menards?
You're probably going to be better off like a Ace Hardware or something like that for the cleaners that hook up to your hoses. But otherwise, most products you can get, you just want to make sure that you get a cleaner that cleans the surface, but not something that's preparing it for paint, because some house cleaners are going to dull the surface to prepare it for paint. And it sounds like you just want to, it's in great shape. You just want to kind of clean it up.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. 855-616-1620. Time for one more here. It says, can you paint a concrete deck? What type would you recommend?
Probably similar to what you did to my front porch, Matt. You put a polyurea finish on my front porch, and it looks awesome.
Would you do that on a whole deck?
Well,
yeah.
A concrete deck?
On a concrete patio, we can certainly do that. We do one-day garage floors. We do flake systems, polyurea, polyaspartic concrete coating systems.
Yeah.
And, we're in and out in the day, and we have, 16 stocked colors. That's something that has been a big part of our growth over the last nearly 10 years now.
Yeah, my front porch was pitting from years of salt and everything. Had an old railing at one time. There was anchor holes and rust marks and everything, and so they prepped it and put that on there, and it looks great.
Awesome. Another one here says, another drywall question, tape has sagged. How do you fix that?
You have to remove the tape. The tape sagged most likely because either was some shifting or it kind of lost its bond. Mm-hmm. So unfortunately, you got to pull that tape back until it stops pulling. And once you have a good bond and you find it, you cut it off. You have to mud, then retape that. And then, obviously put 1 to 2 finish coats over the top of it, sand it all smooth, texture it, and it'll look great.
All right, so we have a lot of texts and calls that we didn't get to. It's always busy when you're on, Matt. Always busy. So you're back at the end of March, right?
That's right, yes.
So we'll catch up with everybody that didn't get their questions answered.
And in the meantime, they can reach you where?
Yep, that's what I was just going to ask.
They can reach us by either going online. If they want to schedule an estimate, they can go right online at certapro.com, CERTAPRO.com, and schedule their appointment, or they can just give us a call at one of our local numbers or call us at 1-800-GO-CERTA. We are running currently right now through the month of March, we're running a 10% off. So any interior painting, exterior painting, if you sign up and get your project signed up and scheduled, it doesn't have to be scheduled in March, but we're running a 10% off promotion right now.
All right. They paint everything but toenails.
Yes.
So really quickly, tell us where you cover again.
As far as region, pretty much, as far as the TMJ towers go, we cover. So you can call, and schedule your appointment. And even if it isn't our company, our franchise, there will be somebody else there to serve you pretty much anywhere in the U.S.
Free estimates?
Free estimates.
Awesome. Great to have you on the show as always. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you,
Good
guys.
to talk to you.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Coming in next, J&B Construction. That does it for hour number 1.
This has been the Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
Eric Brown and his crew from Siding Unlimited can fix whatever's wrong with the outside of your house. How do you know what's wrong with it? Well, look for these trouble signs. On your windows, paint peeling, wood rot or damage from condensation? How well do they operate? Got mold on the storm windows? Siding have any dents, holes, or chips, paint, or color issues? Is the caulking cracked? How's the flashing? Roof look okay? How about your doors? Decks are another place for critical inspection. Maybe you'd just like to have a new one. Eric is a regular here on the Fix-It Show. You regular listeners are aware of his expertise. He's president of Siding Unlimited, but that's not a desk job. He's out there working with the crews, inspecting people's structure problems and fixing them. Siding Unlimited will fix yours too. Make a note to contact Siding Unlimited online at sidingunlimited.com or see Siding Unlimited's unique outside-in showroom near Gerke's Corners in Brookfield.
The grand opening celebration is on at your new local running store. Get in on the fun and savings March 7th through the 9th. Early bird gift card giveaways for the first 100 customers through our doors each day. Get hot buys and discounts in every department. Food and housewares, lawn and garden, clothing and footwear, sporting goods, tools, pet and farm. Plus, Runnings will be giving away thousands of dollars in prizes. So bring the family to your local running store for the grand opening celebration. Go to runnings.com to find the store in your community. Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store.
Looking for a great vacation without all the travel and lodging expenses? Find your answer at the original Milwaukee RV Show at State Fair Park's Expo Center. The show runs Thursday, February 29th through Sunday, March 3rd. You'll see the very latest in RV models and camping options. Adults are just $10. Kids 12 and under are free. And admission on Thursday is half price. Get tickets at the door or at MilwaukeeRVShow.com. Then start planning for many fun-filled vacations.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 8 o'clock, it's 35 degrees and sunny in Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jack Grau. A deadly car crash near 24th and Howard claiming 2 lives on Thursday. Maya Perez and Gammy Pantoa. Antonio Castillo tells TMJ4 News what he saw and why he felt compelled to come to a vigil.
In the car, the one in the back seat, seen her run off, and the car just blew up in an explosion. It was a horrible scene, tragedy, and we just want to pay our respects.
Milwaukee police say Pantoa was speeding and lost control of the car, both women mothers leaving behind 2 young boys. It's been nearly a month since 16-year-old Isaiah Kramer went missing. On Wisconsin's Afternoon News, his father, Vance Kramer, says the outpouring of help to find him has been incredible.
There was a veteran and a group of people in the Chicago area, so we're trying to expand this out as far as we can and get people even in the surrounding states to recognize him.
Kramer is described as 5 feet 8 inches tall and around 200 pounds. Yesterday at the Gerald L. Ignace Indian Health Center, artist Christopher Sweet unveiled a new mural. He tells WTMJ the focus of his art is uplifting the Native American community.
You know, everything has a meaning, like even when it comes down to what we wear, like the dress, it's a healing dress. My focus is on unity and healing, uniting all people.
During the event for the mural, multiple speakers talked about the importance of voting to preserve wildlife and the environment, especially because of its significance to the Native American community. And spring-like weather in winter calls for a beer garden pop-up.
Milwaukee County Parks is opening Whitnall Park Beer Garden this weekend. The first time since 2017, they've hosted a winter pop-up. Typically, the beer gardens open April through October. Service hours at Whitnall Park this weekend are 12 to 6 on Saturday and Sunday, with 12 beers on tap, hard seltzers, non-alcoholic drinks, and food from the Veterans Park Kite Shop Gift of Wings. Beer gardens are one way the Parks Department generates extra revenue to maintain its funding levels. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 8:03.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
Hey, honey, I'm home.
Bob, I just hung up with Joe. It's the 4th time he's called this week. He says he's worried because for the first time in 12 years, you didn't buy my anniversary jewelry from him.
You didn't tell him, did you?
No, I didn't tell him how we made the switch to Diamonds Direct and how much I love my new diamond ring or these incredible diamond stud earrings you got me either.
Bob's gonna go nuts when he finds out. But I can't believe how all these things he used to say about Diamonds Direct just aren't true. And the prices are a lot better than his.
Yeah, and what I love is the free service at Diamonds Direct. I can get my jewelry cleaned anytime, and everyone there is like family.
Are you getting all you deserve from your jeweler? You might be surprised. Maybe it's time to make the switch to Diamonds Direct for guaranteed better value, selection, service, and quality.
If he comes up on the caller ID, just don't answer it.
All right, but we can't keep dodging him. You know we're going to see him at the family reunion.
Yeah, I know.
Diamonds Direct. No middleman, no pricing games, no compromises. Get details and showroom directions at diamondsdirect.com.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update. The Bucks are HOT hot with a 5-game win streak. Last night, Milwaukee brought in a 113-97 win over the Chicago Bulls. But next week, they'll run the gauntlet. The Bucks head to California to play the Clippers twice, the Golden State Warriors, and the Lakers. And the Brewers taking a much-needed win over the San Diego Padres yesterday, 4-3. The Crew will take on the Dodgers today at 2. Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. We're not seeing anything major across the Milwaukee traffic system right now. No major slowdowns or complications. Wherever you're driving to should be a pretty smooth ride getting there. Your WTMJ 5-day forecast, a high of 58 today and mostly sunny conditions. We'll see a low of 42 this evening. Sunday, some lake effect with a high of 64 degrees by the lake and 70 degrees inland. Monday, we'll start the week with a nice high of 62 with a chance of showers and storms. Tuesday, still that chance of showers and storms in the morning and early afternoon and a high of 50. And on Wednesday, a high of 45 with plenty of clouds in the sky. If you're in Madison, you're feeling 31 degrees and sun. Up in Green Bay, it's 32 degrees and sunny. In Waukesha, it's 32 degrees and sunny as well. Right here in Milwaukee, 35 degrees and sunny. Every day is bringing a new news cycle, a new revelation, new angle, a new talking points. Keep up with all of it at WTMJ.com and the WTMJ mobile app. I'm Jack Grau, citing Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is approaching 8:07.
This is the Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC. When it comes to home repairs, we could all use a guy. Well, we've got the guy, and we've got the show. For all your home improvement questions, we've got answers. This is the Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Now, here's your host, Dayton Kane and David Nason.
Always good when our weekly sponsors come in, and here they are, J&B Construction.
We've got a full studio.
We've got more people in this studio right now than most radio stations have all week long, so it's a party. We're ready to go. Scott, how are you?
Great.
You've brought
Happy to be
guests
here.
this time with you.
Yes.
Why don't you introduce them to us?
Well, we have Tim Cumberford, who's part of our production at J&B. Very happy to have him on board. And my daughter, Allie, her first appearance on TMJ Radio. Third generation of J&B. And she has a twin brother, Austin. So this is a good stepping stone. Very proud today.
Mm-hmm. So the first time on live radio.
Welcome to both of you. Thanks for coming in.
Morning, guys.
So the first question has to be, why is Allie here and not...
You already said.
Not Wendy?
No. Your
not
son.
the twin.
The twin.
Yeah, he's coming next time. He will be here next time.
All right. So is that favoritism or just she's smarter the first time you got to let her handle it? I'm just trying to create controversy right now. Oh, braver. That's what it is.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
she's 5'7" and he's 6'4".
Oh, jeez.
Right. And I believe she's the oldest, too. So.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
There you go.
They have 7 minutes.
Okay. And the favorite daughter we hear.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And like she said, only 6 minutes older, so they're twins. So that was something very special.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, welcome to the show.
Yes.
Thank you.
Before we get into everything, Scott, why don't you give us a rundown, or whoever wants to tell us what you guys all do?
Well, we are an exterior remodeling company. We've been around since 1958. My dad started the business, so I had a chance to grow up in the business, and I've been working with it my whole life out of college. And Allie, the same thing, and her brother Austin, they grew up in the business. My wife, Wendy, is very much involved with the business and a very integral part. And so we're very, very truly family-owned and operated, and we're working on our 66th year. We are predominantly roofing, siding. We do some windows, and we have our own sheet metal shop, and we got some carpenters on staff. So we got some things that we can do that maybe some other companies can't. Putting projects together, doing multiple things at the same time, planning for the future with consumers. You know, right now they might be doing siding, but they're going to do windows down the road. How do we plan for that? Or what's the coordination with the roof and siding together? So we take a lot of pride with helping people out with, you know, wanting to be that company that they're working with. And after 66 years, we've done multiple roofs for people, and you know, it's just been a real fun opportunity for us to service the greater Milwaukee area.
And you got to feel that amount of pride too, Allie. I'm seeing you grew up in the business.
Yes, so I grew up in it. I started working there shortly after college when I was about 19. I started working in the office, answering calls, and now I've worked my way up to production. So I'm actually planning and scheduling the roofing and siding jobs.
You know what I love about this? It wasn't like, oh, I'm the owner and I'm now running the place. You're actually learning the business. And
I knew nothing when I first.
Sometimes that generation switch, they just, nope, you're the boss now, and you don't know anything about the country. So
Austin's doing that too, right? He's working in different areas of the business?
He's coming up the hard way, which the way I was. But I think it's extremely beneficial.
Oh, yeah.
He's starting to move into some sales and stuff like that, but he was on roofing crews, he was on siding crews, he was on window crews. And, so I think when you go to sell, having the experience of installing just gives you that extra little notch. And, everybody thinks a roof is a roof or siding is siding, but there's intricate parts and stuff. And once you've installed it, you understand that.
Right.
Somebody that's just selling that's never installed, I don't think has the same perception.
Well, and not only moving into the sales position, but I'm not trying to kick you out the door, Scott, but someday, right? Hugh and Allie and Austin will be owners of the company, I imagine.
We are handing the baton off, and both myself and Wendy are very much enjoying this part of it. And Tim's a big part of this too.
Sure.
He's coming in and he's the outside looking in, he's not a parent and so forth. So, a lot of good perspective. But what I'm really, really proud of with both of the twins is the ownership they're showing, the fact that they want to gain other people's recognition and respect around the company, and so forth. And, it's the next generation or younger. They bring new blood, and, there's a lot of positive things to it.
New ideas, but also a lot of experience as you're bringing them in.
When we come back, I want to find out Tim's perspective as the guy looking in and hear what he loves about the company, what you guys are doing. That's great. And we'll take your calls and texts, 855-616-1620, the WTMJ Talk and Text line. Thanks for listening to The Fix-It Show. J&B Construction on with us all hour on WTMJ.
Got game?
What was the question?
Yeah, we've got game. We've also got...
Swims through his man and lays it in as he knifes his way into the low block.
And...
He'll give to Giannis, and he says, I'll add some more to my tally. Thank you very much.
And who could forget?
Pulls up top of the arc. He got bumped, and he hit the three. Count that, baby, with another one coming.
Catch every Milwaukee Bucks basketball game all season long on your home for the Bucks. 620 WTMJ.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
This is Tom Feza. When I have a roofing question, I contact Scott Klein, owner of J&B Construction, provider of high-quality exterior home improvement products and services since 1958.
Thanks, Tom. Between the two of us, we've seen hundreds of failed roofs, along with the unfortunate consequences of water damage. Poor workmanship, improper product usage, lack of ventilation, inferior flashing detail, and loss of control due to subcontractors are some of the most common reasons for roofs failing. At J&B, our objective is not just to sell another roof. We want to educate our clients. When J&B's experienced sales staff achieves that goal, our roof systems sell themselves.
For a complimentary roof evaluation, call Scott at 262-437-0537 or visit jnbconstruction.com.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
I know it's hard to believe that someone who charges almost 40% less than another can actually do the same job just as well, and maybe even better. But when it comes to our agents, when you give us a chance, you'll see we're pretty good. We know the market, and our expertise is second to none. We just charge less. Why pay 6% when a Benefit Realty agent can help you sell your home just as effectively for 3.9%? This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com. Well, when we're letting you know that we're here, we're good, and we work for far less than most real estate agents, while still doing a great job for home buyers and sellers all across southeastern Wisconsin. You can believe what we say, or you can base the truth on what others say, like when you read our multitude of 5-star Google reviews, or when we can talk to you about our growth. The numbers don't lie, and they prove that more and more people are finding out the real value that Benefit Realty delivers. Why pay more when you can pay far less for full service? Benefit-realty.com.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day, and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about AccuNet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money, too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Like a user's manual on the radio, it's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
You can find the Fix It Show podcast on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. Good morning, Dayton Kane and David Nason here. Going to be mostly sunny with a high of 58. Full studio this morning. The crew from J&B Construction in. We've heard from Scott. We've heard from Allie. Tim's sitting next to me to my left. And Tim, they said you're like the outside perspective coming in. Tell us why you're coming into the company and what you love about it.
Well, I'm in my third year now.
Okay.
And when I was looking around what to do, it was kind of a refreshing change. I enjoy the atmosphere of a family-owned business, and that's truly what you get with Scott and Wendy. Obviously, with Allie and Austin involved, it's been great watching them grow in the company. I get to kind of be a part of that growth, and it's nice to have them kind of lean on me, and I get to see all the changes. But
so what is your role in the company?
I oversee a lot of the day-to-day operations. So whether it's siding or some of the intricacies of the roofing, dealing with the crews and so on, I get involved a lot with that, as well as a lot of the material ordering. I oversee some of that with the sales guys.
All right. So you're a busy man.
Very busy.
I think you had a hand in getting my siding done on my house.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Which looks beautiful.
Yeah, it turned out really nice.
Mm-hmm.
The winter is usually a slower time for that install crew. It slows down a little bit. That didn't happen this winter, did it?
No, we kind of got lucky here, and good thing we were prepared for it, and we were able to adjust and be able to get some extra jobs done and take advantage of this nice weather we've been having. And it's great weather for the guys to work too. You know, they like this weather. It's better than when it's 90 degrees.
Yeah,
better
absolutely.
than 90, better than 0.
Yeah,
we've been right
definitely.
about that sweet 30, 40 range.
Exactly.
It's been, and then even popping up to the 60s here and there. So
yeah, this is ideal weather.
Yeah, been good. So when you guys, this could be for anybody. What are people looking at this time of year? What should they be calling you about and getting on the schedule for?
It could either be roofing or siding. Normally, roofing is a necessity, so it's something that they have to do right away. Siding can be a different story, but I would say if you're planning on a good time to get your roof done, it would definitely be spring, summertime because we fill up pretty quick.
Okay.
And you're a GAF Master Elite, I believe?
Yes, we are. And
what does that mean?
Well, it gives us the opportunity to give better warranties than other companies. Our minimum warranty is a 50-year non-prorated warranty to the consumer. 50 years, think about that. And non-prorated is huge too. Everything is limited lifetime now, so you hear that a lot. But what does that mean after 15 years of proration or whatever may happen?
Whose lifetime?
Exactly. So it's a 50-year non-prorated. And the other thing we're very proud of being GF Master Elite is that we can go ahead and all the components are part of the warranty too. So it isn't just the shingles and we're going to some other place and buying cheap components. All that information is on our contract. All the information is registered by Wendy and right with GF on their portal. And that documentation comes directly to the consumer. So it's not a piece of paper we're handing somebody and they say, boy, I hope this means something at the end. And then the one thing that we can only do, being a Master Elite and other contractors can't, is GAF will tag a install warranty onto our product warranty. So it's 25 years, and some shingles it's 30 years. And that means if J&B is no longer around or something changes, that they will have 25 or 30 years of warranty on the install. So people get these warranties confused. There's a product warranty and there's an install warranty, and 99% of the time they don't overlap. But being Master Elite and giving a golden pledge, they will overlap. So it'll be 50-year non-prorated on shingles and then a 25 or 30-year on the warranty for the install of the product against leaks and problems and so forth. And that does transfer one time.
That's what I was going to ask, if it's transferable to a new owner. That's nice, at least once.
Is it fair to say that more often than not, it's not the product that's failing, it's the install that's important, right? So if you're not getting the right person putting on the roof, that shingle doesn't matter?
Yeah, it's all about the install. All our installers go through certifications. Allie's been through a certification. She is Master Elite Installer too. And so the situation of all our installers being trained, and they come right to our facility. We have a great conference room. The manufacturer's rep comes right in and does the training. We do that with different manufacturers and so forth. So for us, the training is extremely important, and Allie will tell you that I take care of most of the stuff that aren't full-blown leads, in a lot of cases, problem leads, and probably 1 out of every 5 calls I made is to go fix somebody else's work.
Yeah, you and I have looked at things together where stuff's not getting installed correctly, and so we're trying to help the homeowner out and get their problem fixed.
Right. You hear a lot of hype out there about, we got the best crews, we got the best warranties, we got the best this, best that, how they do their installs and stuff. And there's just so many poor installs out there. And it's actually getting worse now, too. The work ethic isn't as good as it used to be. So it isn't something that's getting better, it's getting worse.
Mm-hmm. Exterior remodeling specialists is what they call themselves. J&B Construction. If you have questions about the outside of your house, we can answer them this morning. So we'd love to hear from you. 855-616-1620. We do need to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Brian in Port Washington, who's on the line. It is the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With the weather getting colder, our prices get even hotter. And at our showroom, you'll see all the top brands of lighting and ceiling fans, such as Visual Comfort, Monte Carlo, and more. Our new in-store visual technology will allow you to find every light and fan from every major brand, including their price and description. And our prices are always the lowest. I guarantee it. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for Dad and the kids, and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Saturday and is located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
That bathroom of yours, its look has more than worn out its welcome. And a remodeling job? Right now, that's just a little too steep for your checkbook. Well, Lester's Glass Service can give your bathroom a fresh new look, an affordable upgrade that can really produce some pretty desirable results. You could replace that drab shower curtain and install a gorgeous new glass shower door. Why don't you come by our showroom in Hales Corners? And when you get here, we can share with you the myriad of options you have available. Decorative glass, stained glass, beveled mirrors, improvements you may not have realized you could do. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service, and glass and mirrors have been our business for over 35 years. You know, my dad Les says, when you're good, you last. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Outdoor living is great, but it's best when it's at your own home. Well, there's a company called Outdoor Living Unlimited that will build you a deck, a patio, pergola, fire pit, all manner of things to enhance outdoor living at your place, even an outdoor kitchen. Get started right away. Contact Outdoor Living Unlimited now. Get your yard project onto Outdoor Living Unlimited's calendar while there's still openings. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Call with your problem. we'll try to solve it. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane and David Nason here. Good morning. Mostly sunny, a high of 58 today, 39 now in Milwaukee. 855-616-1620. That's the number you need if you want to call or text with questions for Scott, Allie, and Tim from J&B Construction this hour. They do exterior remodeling, so questions about that is what we're looking for. So let's go to Brian in Port Washington. Good morning, Brian. What's your question?
Hey, good morning, guys. My question is, how does if any, does an asbestos slate roof kind of complicate things on a roof? And then additionally, how does the multiple layers of roofing kind of complicate that as well? And I'll just kind of sit back and listen.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
It definitely is a complicated situation. When you have other layers with it, a lot of time there was cedar involved. They put slate over cedar quite a bit. All that material becomes hazardous at the same time. So once you remove it, there could be bits and particles. There was a time when they were going through all these certifications with removing asbestos, and you would have to have multiple different certifications. And quite honestly, with as many roofs as we do a year, I come across the opportunity to do maybe 3 or 4 bids on an asbestos roof, and it's becoming less and less as time goes on. And we just never went through those certifications to do that because we just don't have the opportunity. If we're selling at a 50% rate and we're looking at 4 roofs, we get a chance to do 2 a year and all the certifications and stuff, it just wasn't worthwhile for us. So what we've been doing is we've been working with an abatement contractor. My attitude is bring in a professional, someone that deals with this on a constant basis, someone that has all the proper insurances, and guys, this is what they deal with. And then we coordinate with the abatement contractor and come and do the roof install. So you got the expert on the abatement end, and then you got us as the expert on the install end, and that has worked out fairly well. But like I said, there's just not a lot of opportunity near asbestos roofs out there.
Right. And just in general, when he talks about layers, you can only have 2 layers of shingles, like legally here in Wisconsin, right? You can't
Well,
put
in
3.
Milwaukee, there can be up to 3.
Really?
Yep, there can be up to 3. And like I said, it's not uncommon that they had a wood roof, not a shake roof, but a shingle wood roof, which is more uniform. And I've seen slate over that quite a bit. But it all becomes hazardous. It's a mess. It's a bigger expense. And I think it's more cost-effective to work with an abatement contractor separately and a roofing contractor as opposed to someone that's going to do it all at the same time. I think those numbers might be higher with somebody handling the whole thing.
Sure.
Yeah. So if somebody needs your services, Allie, how do they get in touch with you guys?
So you can call us at our office number, 262-437-0537, or you could visit our website, which is www.jnbconstruction.com, and you can actually fill out an inquiry through our website as well, meet our team, and look at all the services that we provide.
What are the business hours when somebody's answering the phone?
8 to 4.
8 to 4, Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and you will be talking to me.
Okay. All right. Well, look at that. What a pleasant person to talk to when you get through on the phone. So, all right, they're with us for another half hour. So we'll take your calls and texts when we get back from the news break. 855-616-1620 is the WTMJ talk and text line. You're listening to The Fix-It Show, and we appreciate that. Let's go over to the WTMJ Breaking News Center now with Jack Grau. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, guys. Milwaukee police are investigating a shooting that occurred yesterday around 1 p.m. near the intersection of 95th and Brown Deer. A 14-year-old victim was transported to a hospital for non-fatal injuries. Police continue to search for suspects. Starting Monday, March 4th, the city of Milwaukee is scheduled to complete final restorations on the South 70th Street Bridge over the Hank Aaron State Trail. Crews will be on site to complete concrete staining, install the bridge railing, and landscaping renovations. The Hank Aaron State Trail is expected to be closed from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Monday and intermittent closures throughout the rest of the week. The South 70th Street Bridge will have intermittent outside lane closure. Bidirectional traffic will be maintained. The average home price in Metro Milwaukee decreased in January as the number of home sales and new listings increased. The Milwaukee Business Journal reports homes in Milwaukee, Ozaukee, Washington, and Waukesha counties sold for about $7,500 less in January 2024 than they did in January 2023. But price declines are not expected to become a regular trend. Prices are still very competitive at first-time buyer price points. And taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic, we're not seeing anything too major across the Milwaukee traffic system. A couple of spots that we're keeping an eye on Highway 175 South, just under a mile beyond 94 East. That right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. That's by West Ellis. And then by Greenfield on 894 North, just over a half mile beyond 43. That right shoulder is blocked due to an incident. Other than that, no major slowdowns or complications throughout the traffic system this morning. Your WTMJ 5-day forecast, a high of 58 today and a low of 42 this evening, mainly clear conditions. On Sunday, a high of 64 degrees by the lake and 70 degrees inland, some lake effect there for you. On Monday, we'll start the week with a high of 62 and a chance of showers. On Tuesday, a high of 50, chance of showers in the morning and early afternoon. And on Wednesday, a high of 45. I'm Jack Grau. Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time is approaching 8:32.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
Hey, boss, what's got you so down today?
We just lost another customer to Diamonds Direct. Guy's been with us for years. Went over there and, well, now he's in love with those people. I don't know what they do.
Want me to go secret shop Diamonds Direct again, sir?
Remind me what we learned the last time you did that.
Well, you know, they're really good, sir. They got like 10 times the selection we have. They have those top designers that we're not allowed to carry. They're telling people the inside secrets on how to buy diamonds. They give free service on stuff like cleaning and sizing, the things you charge extra for. And they're nice people. Everybody's smiling over there.
Okay, stop. I know. It's impossible to compete with Diamonds Direct. I mean, even my accountant just upgraded his wife's engagement ring there and got her a 3-carat.
Wait a minute. I thought your brother was your accountant.
He is.
Are you getting all you deserve from your jeweler? You might be surprised. Maybe it's time to get the value, the selection, the quality, the education, and the service you deserve at Diamonds Direct. Get details, showroom hours, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
Merle, what are you doing up here?
Shouting good news from the rooftops, okay.
What do you mean you became an electrician?
We know Capital's been doing electrical for a while now.
But it's been kind of a secret exclusive thing, Merle.
Might not be time to announce Capital does electrical, bud.
Wow.
He's super passionate about this.
You're right, Merle.
All of Milwaukee and beyond deserves to hear it.
If you have an electrical issue,
there's only one place with highly trained electricians
who never cut corners
and take the time to get the job done right.
We'll join you, Merle.
Let's shout it from the rooftops, buddy. Capital does electrical!
If you've got an electrical issue, call Capital today or schedule online at callcapitalcares.com.
If it needs fixing, we can help. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Good morning, Dayton Kane and David Nason here. Mostly sunny, 58 today with a current temperature of 40. We have a full studio today. Scott, Allie, and Tim from J&B Construction on with us this hour. Get your calls and texts in at 855-616-1620.
So we have a couple texts here. One of them says, I recently had a roof vent installed as it had blown off during a windstorm. The roofer said he could do a preventive maintenance on the roof, make it last 3 to 4 more years. The roof is 14 years old, no leaks or curling shingles, some rusty nails. Does this sound legitimate? Thank you.
Well, a roof that's 14 years old and another contractor is saying you got another 3 to 4 more years doesn't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. I can just tell you statistically, roofs that were put on in the 2000s, are up for replacement. A roof should last 25 years to 30 years, depending on the pitch, depending on ventilation and a lot of things. I just looked at a project yesterday, and the roof was only 14 years old, and I was standing on the peak of the roof, and I looked at the south side, and it looked like it was 25 years old. I looked at the north side, it looked like it was 14 years old. Mm-hmm. So ventilation has a lot to do with it. Our guys are up in the attic. We're checking ventilation. If you don't have proper ventilation, you really don't have the warranty from the manufacturer. You can get premature deterioration. But in my 45 years of doing this, once we do a roof, you're kind of good till the end. I'm not saying we've had some tremendous winds coming through here.
Sure.
You could have a vent blow off. You could have something that really maybe wasn't installed properly or something. But, I don't know what you do to tune up a roof to make it last longer. Checking around exposures for caulking, checking flashings, and a lot of times flashings aren't done with a roof. So things can happen, with it that it's not even the roof. So if you do the job properly to begin with, you really should be good to go. But we have a lot of people that ask us to come out and look at the roof. And in a lot of cases, I'll say, you're good for now. Give us a call in about 3 years, So people don't know exactly, but it's good to be proactive.
Sure. Yeah. One thing during a home inspection, we never say, oh, you have 3 years or 5 years, or that's an impossible question to answer. But whether or not it's aging, you need to monitor it, keep an eye on it, watch for things. But I think a lot of times comes down, like you said, to the application of the roof. Do you have trees overhanging it? Does it have enough ventilation? That everything you just said.
If you do a good detailed installation, with products right now, a roof should last you 25 to 35 years with the quality of the products that are out there. And but there's a lot of shortcuts out there. You know that, David. You see that all the time in your inspections.
Right.
And if our contracts are extremely detailed, and when we talk about our chimney flashings, there's about 8 lines about that. Another contractor might just say new chimney flashing. Well, are they wrapping it with ice and water shield? Is it 1-inch riglet cut into the masonry? Is it flashed and counter flashed, or is it one piece? Is it steel or is it aluminum? There's all kinds of things.
Or copper. You guys do copper.
A lot of copper. Yep. So it's all in the details, and that's going to be, a good detailed project is going to last much longer. I don't care if it's a window install, a siding install, whatever, and that's what we really focus on. We focus on the details, we focus on the applications, and focus that everything is put together properly, because that's what's going to give everybody their longevity.
Mm-hmm. All right, another text here at 855-616-1620. How does J&B connect gutter corners? Box miter, strip miter, custom miter?
Maybe we should let Tim answer this one.
Yeah. What do you think, Tim?
Sure. we can do it either way. We can do actual mitered corners on the gutters. That's what a lot of people want, and that's the bulk of what we do. But we can do box corners as well.
Yeah, the miters look the best.
Yeah, the miters are the way to go.
Yeah, definitely.
We definitely prefer making our own miters. There's more workmanship involved with it. And we say in our contract that it's reinforced with rivets. So with
not just caulk.
With a handmade miter, you only have one seam. With a strip miter, you have 2 seams. With a box miter, you have 3 seams. What would you rather have?
One.
And the whole situation with gutters, it's how they're put up, how they're installed. We screw everything together. It's all in the strength and the durability of the install, because the ice and snow loads like we had this winter, they're going to cause the gutters to fail, fluctuate. We use wider straps. We strap 2 feet on center. So there's a lot of little things you can do to make the install better. Kind of just what I was talking about before. How long is this going to last is based on the detail of the original install.
I haven't seen it yet, but we always get it with roofers coming in. You have a preference on a gutter cover?
Well, it kind of depends on what's going on around the roof with the trees. If you have pine needles or you have locusts, you're going to need something that's going to filter, because those are very dirty type of trees. They got to filter the elements much better than other ones. But all gutter covers are a compromise. If there was one perfect one, everybody would be using it.
Right.
A lot of things that people don't realize is the strength and durability out of the gutter cover is extremely important. We probably do 9 bids a day or something like that with our sales guys out there, and maybe half of them have gutter guards, and about 90% of them tell us to throw it away because it didn't work. And a lot of times that has to do with the strength and the durability of the gutter cover. you get these plastic or the lesser aluminum ones, and they concave with ice and snow loads. So all those things create problems. And then it's more of a problem than if you have a gutter cover.
Yeah.
So we work with a few different ones. We don't own a franchise and say this is the best in every situation. There is no product that's the best in every situation.
Mm-hmm.
So we work with a few different products, and then we look at what's going on around the house and what is the best situation, the steepness of the roof, how much it has to collect water. Some of the ones that flow over the top don't work really well on a very steep roof. If there's valleys, all different things come into the situation with that.
All right. It is J&B Construction. You can find them at jandbconstruction.com. Allie, when can people get a hold of you again on the phone, and what's the number?
Monday through Fridays, 8 through 4, and you can call 262-437-0537. And don't forget, you'll be talking to me.
Awesome.
All right.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Looking for a great vacation without all the travel and lodging expenses? Find your answer at the original Milwaukee RV Show at State Fair Park's Expo Center. The show runs Thursday, February 29th through Sunday, March 3rd. You'll see the very latest in RV models and camping options. Adults are just $10. Kids 12 and under are free. And admission on Thursday is half price. Get tickets at the door or at MilwaukeeRVShow.com. Then start planning for many fun-filled vacations.
If you want to make your home more maintenance-free, you can rely on J&B Construction. Whether it's roofing, siding, windows, or doors, J&B Construction has been a provider of high-quality exterior home improvement products and services since 1958. When working with J&B, you'll find superior products that have exceptional overall durability, outstanding insulating properties, and offer improved security. Installed by J&B's certified employees, your home, and mine, will experience decades of performance and beauty. At J&B Construction, the objective is for its skilled sales staff to educate clients, assisting them in their selections and making the process enjoyable. In addition to helping to choose the best products, J&B considers the home's architectural style and surroundings to enhance curb appeal. For a complimentary evaluation of your home's exterior, call J&B at 262-437-0537 or visit jnbconstruction.com. Remember, your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
Without the ones like you who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a new Samsung Galaxy A15 for just $99. So you can give your janky phone to your kid. Yeah! Good talk.
Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. In-store activation on single Silver Unlimited plan or higher required. Family plan discount with 4 lines all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
SemperFiRoofing.com. Hey there, Eric Bilstad for Tri-County Contracting. Yes, I know it's the winter time, but the time is now to be thinking about next spring and your roof. Don't forget, Tri-County Contracting has the worry-free roof tune-up. You can schedule it now. Get it on the books. Make sure your roof is good to go next spring. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com is the website, or call 262-679-6100. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. That's Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
Advice you can use. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Good morning. Mostly sunny, 58. Show is sponsored, as always, this week by Siding Unlimited and J&B Construction. And on with us this hour, Scott, Allie, and Tim from J&B. Glad to have you guys in the studio. We do have a text here that kind of leads into what I wanted to talk about next. It says, when somebody from J&B comes out to provide an estimate on window installation, do they charge per estimate? Also, does installation include interior and exterior trim? So we can answer that question as we walk through the process. So let's talk about that. Somebody picks up the phone, they call you, they talk to you, Allie. What happens next?
So I will decide what salesman will be the best fit depending on their situation. And then I will set up an appointment for them to meet one-on-one with the sales guy, and he will bring literature and all of that good stuff. And from there, it's up to them whether they want to sign or not.
Okay. So then they say, yes, we love J&B, we want to move forward with the project.
Yep.
Next steps is that when Tim jumps in? When's Tim come into play?
Tim jumps in shortly after that, but we will have our production meetings then where all of us will be in a room and we'll kind of discuss each job and when we're planning on starting it.
And what's that process look like? So I'm getting new windows in this case, right? They're saying windows or siding or roof. I sign the contract. It's brought back to the office. Before you go out or before you even order, you're looking through that project?
Before anything else happens, we meet in our conference room. Allie, our sales personnel, myself, we review the information gathered at the time of the appointment with the salesperson. While they're out there, usually they take some photos and some measurements, and we collectively kind of take a look at the information and decide what direction to go, what products we're going to be ordering, and we start making those moves at that time to get things ready. And we try to have everything set in place, obviously, before we can schedule the work. And it depends on the lead time of the material that we have to order. That comes into play as well.
Okay. So then you get through all of that. You order the product. The team comes out to install. What's that day? What's that morning look like for somebody?
So the customer will know about a week in advance before we send our crew out. And they get there between 7:30, 8 in the morning. Our foreman will introduce himself to the customer, and then if they have any further questions, they can always call our office. Materials will be there the day prior, so that's all set up. So yeah, we usually make sure it's a pretty smooth process and they know exactly what to expect the day of install.
Okay. So pretty thorough process. A lot of people involved and gets the job done right at the end. Right, Scott? That's the goal?
That is the goal. We want to be very organized. And then also, too, through the project, we will have somebody checking on the project, checking on installation details, checking on caulking if we're doing siding. You know, there's just a lot of little checks and balances with J&B that we're not going to skip over anything. And one of the things I'm most proud of, I mean, we got some really great people. Justin in the window end of things, my son Austin, we have Chris who manages some of the projects and looks at some of the things. Tim has been a huge influence at J&B, bringing new ideas and ideas to the company. But I always tell people, no matter what we're doing, and David, you know this, we sided your house, and Dayton, we put the roof on your house. You know, we're out checking on things, we're looking at stuff. I always tell people, you know, tell the consumer, you're going to like our people. And we get a lot of compliments with our people. And I think that's important because some things are more invasive installs than others, you know, and so forth. I know your wife was home, David, and she was intermingling, intermingling with the crews, and I think you said she kind of missed them after they were done.
Of course, yeah, nice guys.
Yeah, so that's important to us. And with my wife, Wendy, the culture of the company and the culture of the people there, extremely important, you know, for us. So we try to follow through with all those things and the details, and we're constantly coming up with ideas on how to make sure things work out well. And when we're in our production meeting and we're got the project on the big screen, all the salesmen are looking at it, Tim's looking at it, I'm looking at it, Allie's looking at it. What do we got to do to make this thing work really well? And then we have different entities within our organization. Our sheet metal division is separate. So if we're doing a roof with a flashing, we got to integrate that. Allie's responsible for making sure that happens. Our cutter crews are separate. You know, there's just so many moving parts that come into play. We want it to be smooth, and that's really what we've been focusing on, and you know, for quite a few years, and it's really paying off. It really is paying off.
Find them at jandbconstruction.com. One more segment coming up. It is the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Wisconsin, start your engines! Time to make summer plans for fast family fun at Elkhart Lakes Road America. Experience 11 major race weekends, including superbikes, IndyCar, exotic sports cars, and more. Bring the family. Free general admission for youth age 16 and under with the purchase of an adult ticket. And listen to Wisconsin's Afternoon News all week long for your chance to win free tickets to Road America. Visit roadamerica.com for the full schedule. Road America, America's national park of speed.
Hey, former radio wake-up guy Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. If that recent cold snap made you think that now is the time to replace those drafty old windows, then now is a good time to call Hometown Windows and Doors. Save heating costs now, cooling dollars down the road with energy-efficient replacement windows and doors from Hometown. Hometown offers the brands you trust like Anderson, Pella, Marvin, Softlight, and more in wood, vinyl, and fiberglass. And all of their products are installed by employee carpenters. Plus, Hometown is the area's only Pella Platinum and Marvin authorized replacement company. Hometown's dedicated consultants can guide you to the best fit and value for your home and your remodeling dollar. Stop in at their newly remodeled showroom in New Berlin and see the Hometown difference for yourself. Or call them for a no-pressure in-home consultation, 414-329-1200, or visit them at hometownwindows.com. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about Accunet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money, too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Don't miss the Metropolitan Builders Association's free spring tour this weekend, presented by Nuns. See new homes, condos, subdivisions, and available lots all over southeastern Wisconsin from MBA Builders. Visit MBAspringtour.com for locations.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Get her done. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Another quick hour going by, and we would love to answer a couple quick questions at 855-616-1620. Scott, Tim, and Allie, not Austin, is in here with us from J&B Construction. Austin he's coming in next. Are we allowing him to come on eventually?
I'm going to make sure he is on next time, and I might be here with him as well.
For those who didn't hear in the beginning, Austin and Allie are twins, and they work in the company business now, third generation, for how many years?
66 years we're working on.
66 years, so that's amazing. Let's get to a few texts real quick before we wrap up.
Is there any disadvantage to putting ice and water on an entire roof?
Well, cost is a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And breathability can be a disadvantage. It should be based on the slope. Mm-hmm. So we just need to look at that. There is no perfect answer for every application, so you need a qualified contractor to look at it and come up with the proper decision.
All right. And then how do you determine the ventilation for a roof, whether it's fixed vents, ridge vents? Is there a calculation involved?
Well, there is a calculation involved, and a calculation depends on if there's a vapor barrier or not. There's a 1 in 150 rule and a 1 in 300 rule. We are very particular about ventilation. We're always looking in the attics. We're looking at soffit venting, and a lot of times there could be soffit venting on a house if it's not functional. There's all different kinds of things that happen. So it's a case-by-case thing, kind of like I said before. You really need to take each individual situation. I'm a very much a fan of the ridge vent if you got proper intake air, but as you know, David, hip roofs out there doesn't give you the lineal footages for the proper amount of, so you got to calculate it out, you got to look at it.
Yeah, and that's 1 square foot of venting per either 150 square feet of attic or 300 square feet of attic. So it's a calculation should be done.
It's based on the attic.
Right.
And even though you see soffit vents, if there's not chutes in the attic, that's why we do the attic inspection. There might not be a connection between the two, and intake air is just as important as exhaust air. So you need to look at the whole situation and make sure it's working properly. And in most cases, it is not.
Right. And do you ever put copper or galvanized strips at the top or ridge of a roof to help eliminate algae growth on a roof?
Absolutely. You get in wooded areas, there's copper granules right in shingles. There's algae-resistant shingles. GAF is at the leading front of that with the longevity and how their copper granules disperse. But we have our own sheet metal shop. We can make copper strips. It's a lot better to use copper as opposed to zinc strips, and for aesthetics and functionality. So that's a case-by-case thing. You could do it just on the north side. You don't have to do it everywhere. But if there's a predetermined problem, we would have a solution for that.
All right.
All right. Somebody asked, do you cover the Fort Atkinson, Jefferson County area? So how far do you guys reach, Allie? Where do you guys go?
We are a 35-mile radius.
From
Germantown.
Germantown.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yep.
so you guys are based in Germantown.
Based in Germantown.
Go 35 miles any direction.
Yes.
And how far out are we as far as booking roofing and siding jobs at this point?
For lead time to get somebody out there, I would just say 1 to 2 days because we have multiple sales guys. And then for roofing, as of right now, if you guys get in right away, we can have you done within 2 to 3 weeks.
Isn't it crazy? The
Yeah.
weather's really helped with that, hasn't
We
it?
are pounding them out, and we have several crews as well, so that helps.
Awesome.
And really no more lead time issues or product material issues with shingles.
That's been better. There are some little nuances and little products here and there, but in general, we're pretty good, yeah.
All right. Post-COVID.
Yeah.
We've made it out, kind of.
Yeah.
Hopefully, for good. All right, guys. This has been awesome. Thank you all for coming in. This is, I think, the most people we've ever had in one
full
show.
of studio.
Right? I think so. So good to have you. We're going to wrap it up, though. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And David, we'll see you
next week.
Well, we'll talk to you next week.
Right.
All right. And coming in next, Rose Gray and the Fox World Travel Show. Thanks for listening to WTMJ.
This has been the Fix It Show on WTMJ.